Hi everyone, it's Rachel from the Shades of Orange. Today I'm really excited to announce my participation in the upcoming readathon, which is the BookBuddyathon, which is hosted by Elena from Elena Reads Books and Sam from ColdTeaandCrumbs. I'll of course link their channels down below, and I am super excited to say that I have a buddy for the readathon, and that is the wonderful and sweet Felicia from Little Prairie Library. I'm going to link her channel down below. She's fantastic. I've shouted her out before, but she reads a lot of fantasy and contemporaries. Honestly, our reading is often quite different, so I thought it was a lot of fun that we're working together on this video and basically on this readathon, because our tastes tend to be pretty different. I lean more towards the stabby books and she leans more towards the sweet books, but it was really fun to work together and find some books in common. So I'll just jump into my TBR. Now the first challenge was for me to pick out 3 books from my own TBR and let Felicia pick which one I'll read. I thought it would be fun to pick out books that she's already read. I looked at some of her favorite books that overlapped with my own TBR. So I gave her 3 options. The first was Paris Letters by Janice MacLeod. The second was Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. And the last one was I've Got Your Number by Sophie Kinsella. And she decided to go with Paris Letters, which I'm really excited about. She said that it's a perfect spring read, which sounds fantastic for this time of year. It's just getting warm here, so I'm really looking forward to picking that one up. It's also short, which will make it more viable to get done in a week. The next challenge is to actually do a buddy read, and for that we decided to read Wool by Hugh Howey, which is a science fiction book about people living in silos. And while I don't read a lot of science fiction, this one has been recommended to me a lot, and it just sounds like it's the kind of book that even if you don't read science fiction, a lot of people still enjoy, so I'm looking forward to this one. It was on both our TBRs, so we thought it was a perfect one to go with. The third challenge is to read a book that has the other person's favorite color on the cover. Poor Felicia has to figure out orange, which I feel bad about. But for me, I got purple, so I decided to go with a graphic novel because I need some shorter books in this TBR. So I picked out Rocket Girl by Brandon Montclair, and there are purple hues in the cover, so I think it totally counts. It's kind of a sci-fi book set in the 1980s, and it's available through my e-library collection, so I thought it would be a perfect, easy one to pick up, and just sounded like a lot of fun. So the fourth challenge is to read a book that starts with the same letter as my buddy's first name. So for Felicia, I got F. And I decided to put in an audiobook, so I'm going to reread Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, which oddly enough, Felicia only gave 3 stars on Goodreads, so I don't know how I feel about that. But I love this book. I've read it several times before, always on audio, and this seemed like a perfect way, or rather excuse basically, to reread it, so I'm going with that. And finally, the last challenge is to read whatever you want, creating a little bit of serendipity in my TBR. I'm not sure what I'll go with that. Couple options. I currently have the audiobook of Happiness Project, which would be a reread for me, so if I finish that during the readathon, I might count that. I'm also currently reading Broken Harbor by Tana French, which I am loving so far. And so if I don't finish it before the readathon starts, this may count towards that last challenge, but who knows, I might pick up something new altogether just to keep it fresh. So that is what I have planned for my BookBuddyathon TBR. Please let me know down below if you're participating or if you have any thoughts or comments on any of the books I mentioned. I will talk to you again soon. Thanks. Goodbye.